Welcome everybody. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to use the employee register. So the employee register is on your quick links page, and being on the quick links page means that it is the employee register for all your different sites. So in your system you've entered a number of sites inside the system, or you might just have one site, but it's probably best to break up your site in multiple areas, and employees can be related to those individual areas. So you've got the employee register, which shows all the employees on the quick links page, but then you've also got the employee register that would actually only show the employees for that very site in the management section of a management permission level. The management permission level will not see all these icons up here. They literally just see this admin panel. When they actually select on that, they'll actually see the employees related to the general site as well as employees related to that site. So it's a good idea when you actually first set up your system. Your general site is usually your company name. The only people that you relate to that site would be really the WHS officer or the company owner or whatever it may be, only the people that you want to see in every single register in every single one of these sites. If you've only got one site, well, still it's a good idea, say for an example, to have your company name and then the name of that site inside here, and then relate all the employees to that site and only the WHS officer or HR officer or the people who are going to be using the system to the general site, so therefore they're seen in both registers. You'll see that if I go back to the quick links page, yes, there's an employee register here, but there's also an employee register and user admin dashboard, for the very reason that I just showed you, that the manager, when they log into the system, they see this, so therefore this icon, this admin panel, is the same panel that the manager would see when they log in via their management icon, hence why this registers here. But being that you've logged in as an admin user, when you select that, again you'll see all the employees on all the system because you're logged in as an admin user. Quick links will take me back to the main page. Let me select this employee register here and go over some of the features inside the system. Again, the name of the register is up in the top left hand corner. You can publish this register in a variety of items and even download it into a CSV file or Excel spreadsheet. You've also got click here to see how this register works. That will take you to a step-by-step guide on how to use that, as well as watching this video. To add an employee, always over in the right hand corner, you'll see this training table and qualification tabs are here. They're the same as the training and qualification tabs on this quick links page. They're just been put here for easy access instead of actually having them hidden inside here. So how does this register work? You can filter by name if you've got lots of employees, or and status or whatever it may be. This icon here is just highlighting that you can either delete everybody, activate anyone, deactivate, or send them all their username and password. You can do that individually, so you can deactivate a person. I highly recommend you don't delete someone, just deactivate them. So this green or orange arrow is just highlighting if the person has actually logged into the system. So this person here has not logged into the system. So therefore you can actually tell if one of your employees has actually done something. So therefore you've got their name, their email address. Make sure that you actually put the right email address in there. A lot of tickets come through, it's because the reason being that the person didn't receive an email, and most of the time is the email address was wrong. So just make sure that you put the email address. Not every employee needs an email address, but if you want that employee to receive an email alert or anything via email for an induction or so forth, you need to put that in. The next one is what site they're actually related to, because everyone is related to a site. It's the main thing throughout the system. They're related to a site and related to a position. So this is obviously picking up your site register. This is picking up your positions register. And here is actually highlighting the last time this person's logged in and if they have made any modifications. So you can make notes here as well. So if you want to say, for an example, warn the employee or whatever it may be, you've got this warning kind of, or this tool here to add notes, and you'll see that it'll actually be kept. If I select this view section, those notes will be actually kept down here. Let me just go back. So this history button is a pretty good button, because if I select this history, it actually goes over all the history relating to that employee and all the inductions they've completed. So you can generate that into a PDF. You could actually select on that induction to open up what they've answered right or wrong. But here it's also got all the incidents or hazards involved with that employee, their to-do items that they've been assigned, qualifications that they have, notifications that they've received, because you can send SMS notifications inside the system. The meetings is coming soon. Checklist, if they've done it or performed a checklist, it'll actually highlight here. And again, these ones here are coming. You'll see over the period of time that this will constantly grow and get larger and be able to be exported as well. So the view button, as I showed you before, is literally just all the details of this person and all the documents and so forth. You can highlight many things here. But you could, if you're going for a tender, print this out as a PDF and actually supply it to the client to say, here's all the people coming on site or whatever it may be. But it also produces an ID card with your company logo, your address, image, and all the qualifications of that employee. You'll see over a period of time that this ID will actually change to be a little bit more uniformed. So you've got the edit section. So the edit section's where you can actually come in here and make changes to that employee if you wish. And you've got permission levels here. You've got really 4 major permission levels here. You've got employee access, admin. This one is not a permission level at the moment. View only or management. When an employee first is actually entered in the system, it'll default to employee level. But during your starter kit process or setup process, we would have asked you, is it an admin, manager, an employee? Admin is the highest permission level. So if you want a person to actually see the quick links page, so if they're an admin user, they would actually see this page here when they log in. If they are view only, or let's take off here, let's go management permission level. What that means is when they actually log into the system, they would actually see this site icon page with that management icon, where they can actually see all the employees for that site and all this other data, where they can actually develop things for that individual site. So management can see everything that an admin user would see, but only for their individual site. If I go back to the employee register and just select this permission again, and then you've got the employee permission level as well. So you can untick that, tick this one here and set the permission. And what that person would see would be literally this site icon page, but they would not see the management icon. Therefore, they cannot see any other person's personal details, and also they only see the view icon in the system. So what I mean by that is, I'll go back to the employee register. They'll only see this icon here and not the edit, so they can't change things. They can only do things that they've been assigned. So adding a new employee. So if I select add a new employee, you can enter the person's name, you need to relate the person to a site. If you relate this person to the site in red, they'll be related to every single site, or you can just relate them to one site. If you wanted to, you can actually hold down the control button and relate them to 2 sites. You need to relate them to a position, and you're looking at, that's actually picking up your organisational position register. You can relate them to a supervisor. The supervisor will be emailed during the incident process. You can put a salary in here. Date of birth, you could put a date of birth in here if you wish. job type, full-time, part-time, casual, or volunteer. If you do select volunteer, they will automatically be placed into the volunteer register. You've got job start date, so it's a good idea to put that in there. We did have one client ring up and say that they had an incident from an employee so many years ago, and he was making a claim, but they really didn't know whether the employee was working in that period of time, so it's pretty important you put that start date. You can actually put in here that whether they're obviously male, female, and all these other details here, pretty basic details. But here is the feature that you most want to use in this section as well. Here you can actually enter qualifications inside the system. You can actually then select the qualification from your drop-down list that you've just entered. You can have an alert date by hitting this icon here, and this is so you can actually find out prior to the person expiring, and then you've actually got an expiry date when the actual qualification is expiring. So try to use that alert date, because it's really going to enable you to book that person in to that qualification and so forth. So you get an ID card, and you can actually upload a document here, PDF, Word document, JPEG, but make sure if it's a scanned document that you open that scanned document and save it again as a PDF, because it's not a true PDF, it's an attachment. So save it as a PDF, then upload it, and you'll be fine. You can add as many qualifications as you want to this employee. You can actually add qualifications here, you can edit them, or you can delete a qualification if you made a mistake. You can enter the person's email address here and send them a username and password. You will notice there's no username and password fields here. And the reason being is that the system automatically generates a username and password that then you can actually select edit and update it if you wish. So when entering an employee first up, just make sure that you actually put their email in here and select save and set permission. So as mentioned before, it'll actually go to this permission level page, and it defaults to employee permission level, which is what you probably want most of your employees to be. You only really want a couple of people who are using the system as admin users. If you've got multi-sites and they're in multiple areas, then you can actually break that up and make your manager look after their different regions if you wish. But most of the employees will be employee only, and set permission. So the person is inside the system here. You can actually select this edit icon now and scroll down here, and it's automatically generated a username and password, usually with their name, underscore, and some letters and 6 digits. You can change this or whatever it may be that you wish. Remembering, obviously, you can't have the same username and password as another employee. So that is the employee register. I hope that makes it a little bit easier for you and how to use this system. Again, if you need any more help, select the help section here and put in a ticket, and you can ask any question relating to this register. Thank you.